Good morning, Coleman, and thank you for tuning in to Cullman Today. I'm your host, Dustin Isom, and today is Monday, November 18th. Coming up on Cullman Today, Vans Sporting Goods unveils the nation's first Leupold Shop. The Cullman County Sheriff's Office issues a scam alert for residents, and a T-Rex hosts a dinosaur tea party at the Cullman County Public Library. All this plus sports, weather, and more, but for now, let's dive into the top stories happening in Cullman today. Vans Sporting Goods celebrated the grand opening of the nation's first Leupold Optics Shop right here in Cullman. With Leupold's president and CEO Bruce Pettit visiting from Oregon for the event, it was a big day for local outdoor enthusiasts. Here's our own Jen Baker with more.
Vans Sporting Goods here in Cullman are celebrating their grand opening of the Leupold Optics Shop. Friday, November the 15th, Vans Sporting Goods in Cullman became the first independent retailer in the country to welcome the first Leupold Shop at their location. President and CEO of Leupold and Stevens, Bruce Pettit, traveled all the way from Oregon for the event.
Yeah, we're at Vans Sporting Goods, one of our best specialty dealers in the country, and we've got a great partnership. And this is the first shop store that we've done. And we're so happy to do it right here in Cullman. And these guys have been great to us. It's been a great partnership. So we're just so happy to be here.
The first 100 people through the door at 9 a.m. were entered for a chance to win over $3,500 worth of Leupold products. And Joey King, manager of Vans Sporting Goods, speaks about the partnership with Leupold.
Leupold Shop is sets all the products they have up in the shop displayed so people can come in and look at it. We actually mount the scopes on artificial guns where they can pick them up and look at them. And we just go through the products with them. Today we have the professionals here that actually build the product. So they can, they're a lot more advanced than we are in technology. So they cover the products with them, and that's essentially what we do. Sell Leupold scopes in the shop. Will help develop the business for Vans Sporting Goods, and also help our relationship with Leupold.
Here in Cullman, I'm Jen Baker with the Cullman Tribune.
Thanks, Jen. And in other news, mark your calendars because the 35th annual Cullman County Christmas Parade is happening on Saturday, December 7th, starting at noon. The parade kicks off at Wallace State Community College, and the route will proceed down U.S. Highway 31 to the fire station west of Hanceville City Hall. Hanceville Civic Club event and media representative Roxy Lee invites everyone to join the festivities and says that there are usually 50 or more floats, organizations, and bands who participate in the parade. She said, "We gladly welcome community groups, elected officials, youth sports, high school teams, and organizations." Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall has been invited to serve as this year's Grand Marshal. And of course, Mr. and Mrs. Claus will bring the parade to a close with an opportunity for photos at Tucker Pavilion near the fire station. Any civic groups, organizations, churches, businesses, or teams interested in participating can sign up now until the morning of the parade. The entry fee is $5, which helps provide scholarships to graduating Hanceville High School seniors and supports Cullman County bands participating in the parade. For more information, visit the Hanceville Civitan Club's Facebook page at facebook.com/HancevilleCivitan. And to finish up our top stories, this past Saturday, November 16th, a T-Rex made a special appearance at the Cullman County Public Library, hosting a dinosaur tea party to teach children about etiquette and manners. The event was a roaring success, blending fun with valuable lessons for the little ones. Here's our own Jen Baker with more.
Find out why the kids here at the Cullman Library are roaring in excitement. It's Saturday, November 16th, and the Cullman Library is hosting a dinosaur tea party this morning at 10 a.m.
So we're going to start out the day with a tea party, and one of our librarians, Laura, is going to be reading a story called T-Rex. And it kind of goes through like etiquette and manners and what not to do. And there's going to be a special visitor at that time, a dinosaur, is showing up to show what not to do. And then after that, there will be 15 minutes for a break. Kids can look at books. They can do a scavenger hunt we have out for them. And then we have 7 stations with different crafts, activities. One of them is going to be making fossils. The other is going to be kind of digging for fossils and dusting off sand around them. And so it's just going to be a lot of fun and a lot of moving parts for sure.
We had a great time today. We had some apple juice and we had some cookies, but I ate it all. There's a person dressed as a dinosaur. We danced and had a lot of fun. They read to us and we were being very polite. And my experience here is hilarious and I had a great time.
Cheers to next time. I'm Jen Baker with the Cullman Tribune.
And that's it for today's top stories. Stay with us because after the break, we'll recap how Alabama and Auburn dominated their non-conference opponents this weekend. Hello and welcome back. From record-breaking plays to stellar defense, we've got all the highlights from Alabama and Auburn's big wins in sports. In this weekend's non-conference matchups, both Alabama and Auburn showcased impressive performances. The 9th-ranked Crimson Tide cruised past the Mercer Bears with a 52-7 victory on Saturday at a sold-out Bryant-Denny Stadium. With this win, Alabama improved to 8-2 on the season, while Mercer fell to 9-2 overall. Alabama racked up 508 yards of total offense on their way to 52 points. The Tide totaled 189 rushing yards with 11 different players carrying the ball, and quarterback Jalen Milroe led the ground attack, totaling 43 yards and a touchdown on 6 attempts, while Ryan Williams and Richard Young also found the end zone. Milroe delivered another efficient passing performance, completing 11 of 16 passes for 186 yards and 2 touchdowns before exiting early in the second half. Wide receiver Jeremy Bernard was the leading receiver with 81 yards on 4 receptions. Williams added 36 yards and a touchdown on 3 catches. On defense, the Crimson Tide forced 3 turnovers that led to 21 points. Linebacker Jihad Campbell led Alabama with 9 total tackles, including 1 sack. Fumble recoveries came from defensive linemen Damon Payne Jr. and Xavier Brown, with Brown returning his for a 68-yard touchdown. Linebacker Quay Rousseau recorded his 2nd interception of the season. Alabama will travel to Oklahoma to face the Sooners this Saturday. Meanwhile, on the Plains, the Auburn Tigers secured a 48-14 victory over Louisiana Monroe at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Quarterback Peyton Thorne threw 5 touchdown passes, 3 to wide receiver Cam Coleman, and running back Juarez Hunter eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark for the season. Thorne completed 22 of 32 passes for 286 yards. Coleman tallied 100 yards on 8 receptions, finding the end zone 3 times. Hunter notched his 11th career 100-yard game, rushing for 102 yards on 14 carries. Wide receiver Keandre Lambert-Smith added 104 receiving yards on 6 catches. This achievement marked the first time since 1994 that Auburn had a 100-yard rusher and 2 100-yard receivers in the same game. The Tigers will remain at home to take on Texas A&M at 6:30 p.m. this Saturday night. That wraps up sports for today, but stay tuned. After the break, we'll speed things up with 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Hello and welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. The Cullman County Sheriff's Office is warning residents about a scam where callers are pretending to be law enforcement officers, even using names of real deputies. These scammers are telling victims they must pay money to avoid arrest or are claiming to have information about a civil matter. The Sheriff's Office emphasizes that they will never solicit money over the phone. They say to never make Bitcoin, gift card, or other payments to phone solicitors, to just simply hang up. They advise to warn your family members, especially senior citizens, as they are often targeted. Don't miss your chance to attend the annual Cullman County Farm City Banquet on Thursday, November 21st at Loft 212 in Cullman. The event begins with a silent auction and entertainment at 5 p.m., followed by the banquet at 6. Tickets are $30 and are available at givebutter.com/farm-city24 or at Citizens Bank and Trust branches in downtown Cullman and on U.S. Highway 157. For more information, email cullmanfarmcity25@gmail.com. Cullman Parks Recreation and Sports Tourism is thrilled to announce that Alabama State Senator Garland Gudger will serve as Grand Marshal of this year's Cullman Christ-Kindle Market Parade. The parade will take place on November 22nd at 6:30 p.m., leading the festive procession through downtown Cullman. Senator Gudger shared his excitement, saying, "Growing up in downtown Cullman, some of my most cherished memories are watching parades as a child. Those magical moments shaped my pride in our incredible hometown. The Christmas parade is like a Hallmark movie brought to life, filled with wonder, joy, and the excitement of the season. Seeing kids light up as Santa arrives and the community tree glows brings me back to those unforgettable childhood years. I'm so grateful to be part of a community that works so hard to make Cullman the best small town in America." Are you looking for a place to send a letter to the North Pole? Well, look no further because Santa's mailbox is back at Vinemont Town Hall for the Christmas season. This is the second year the town of South Vinemont is hosting Santa's mailbox, a fun activity started by the town council to get local children into the Christmas spirit. Town clerk Kaisa Sasser shared that the community response has been wonderful, saying, "Last year we had great reactions from the community with 67 kids dropping off Santa letters." Santa's mailbox will be at Town Hall until December 15th, and after that, children will receive a response from Santa by mail. There is a box on the bench next to the mailbox where you can pick up Santa letter papers. The town encourages families to post and tag pictures of their kids dropping off their letters on social media. For more information, visit the town of South Vinemont on Facebook. That's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message.
What's in the magazine? October's peeking in. Oktoberfest in Cullman, let the fun begin. Heroes in our town, business all around. Recipes for sharing, joy everywhere found. Colonel Cullman cheers, history in our ears. Community so bright, polka through the night. Sports spotlight today, kids come out to play. Fields and courts are buzzing in the autumn sway. Germans came to stay, crafts and brews on display. Cullman's heart is glowing in the polka way. Colonel Cullman cheers, history in our ears. Community so bright, polka through the night.
Welcome back. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Shirley Faye Lawley's, 85 of Cullman, passed away on Friday, November 15th at her residence. Funeral service for Mrs. Lawley's will be at 1 p.m. on Tuesday, November 19th at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home, with burial at Cullman City Cemetery. Visitation will be from 6 until 8 p.m. today at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home. Janet Elsie Bloomfield, 89 of Falkville, passed away on Friday, November 15th. Funeral service for Ms. Bloomfield will be at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, November 19th at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home. Visitation will be from 4 until 5 p.m. on Tuesday, November 19th at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home. That finishes up obituaries for today. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now, let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today, we'll be looking at mostly sunny skies with a high near 74. Tonight, expect showers likely after midnight with a 60% chance of rain. It'll be mostly cloudy with a low of around 59. Moving into tomorrow, we'll see showers and possibly a thunderstorm with a high near 67, and there's a 90% chance of rain, so be prepared for a wet day. Tomorrow night, there's a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 3 a.m., then a slight chance of showers afterward. It'll be mostly cloudy with a low of around 52. And that wraps up another edition of Cullman Today. Thanks so much for starting your morning with us, and remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest updates and stories. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m., but until then, I'm Dustin Isom wishing you a great Monday, Cullman.